Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Today I will present the material about table manner. The dinner table is the center for the teaching and practicing not just of table manners but of conversation, consideration, tolerance, family feeling, and just about all the others accomplishments of polite society is shape the minutes. The minuet. Table manners are the rules of etiquette used while eating, which may also include the appropriate use of utensils. Different cultures observe different rules for the table manners. People who hasn't know and appreciate table manner may find it complicated because there are maybe etiquette. Meals are social event. The idea is not only enjoying meals but also enjoying others' company. Table manners help us to know how to eat with a good manners and keep us from embracing ourselves, such as how to eat trickly food, what to do when we want to exhaust, etc. Table manners were designed to keep people from scarfing food. Don't like animals, so learn them before you eat with others. One of the most important to keep in mind is that you should never call attention to yourself by bluntly breaking the rules set by society. Here are some essential dining etiquette rules that you should follow. Sit straight on your chair. Turn off your cell phone before sitting down. It is rude to talk on your phone or text while in the company of others. Taste your food before you add salt, pepper, or other seasoning. Doing otherwise may be insulting to the host or hostess. Chew with your mouth closed. Never talk when you have food in your mouth. Even if someone asks you a question, wait until you swallow before answering. Bring your food to your face, not your face to your food. Say thank you, please, and excuse me if you want to do something or when some give you a favor. Don't don't cut all your food before you begin eating. Cut one or two bites at a time. Never blow on your food. If it is hot, wait a few minutes for it to cool off. Scoop your soup away from you. If you are drinking from a stained glass, hold it by the stem. Break your bread into bite-sized pieces and butter only one bite at a time. Try at least one or two bites of everything on your plate, unless you are allergic to it. Compliment the hostess if you like the food, but you don't voice your opinion if you don't. Keep your elbows off the table. Raise the hand you are not using in your lap. Eat slowly and pace yourself to finish at the same approximate time as the host or hostess. Don't eat noisily or make noisily with cutlery. Don't reach across the table. Reaching on the other hand is never allowed. If anything is beyond your normal reach, or meaning you have to raise from your seat to get out it, or is within another's personal space, always ask the personal closest to pass the item you need. Avoid burping or making other rude sound at the table. If you spill something at a restaurant, signal one of the servers to help. If you spill something at the private dinner party in someone's home, pick it up and brought the spill. Offer to have it professionally cleaned in necessary. When you finish eating, leave your utensil on your plate or in your bowl. Never use a toothpick or dental floss at the table. You may replay your lipstick, but don't present the rest of your makeup at the table. A. Etiquette. Modern etiquette profits provide for the smallest number and types of utensils necessary of eating. Only utensil to be used for the plain meal should be arranged. Even if necessary, the most should have no more than the utensil no either side of the plate before eating. If any additional equipment is needed, they can be brought to the table along with the course later. The first, starting to eat. If you eat out, you should wait until all members of your group have been served before plucking your fork at private dinners. Observe the host or hostess and pick up your fork when they does. However, if you are at a buffet, you can start when there are another people sitting at your table. Okay. This is the informal table. And the second, napkin. The basic function of a napkin is to wipe for your finger and pat your mouth. After sitting down, open your napkin. Don't open the napkin by shaking it. Open it quickly under the table and place it on your lap, and don't take it your collar. After the host or hostess has placed or the napkin on their lap, place your napkin on your chair if you live at the table during your meal. Don't use a napkin as a handkerchief. When the meal is finished, the napkin is loosely folded and placed to the left of your plate or in the center of your sitting if your plate has been cleared. This is the picture about people use napkin. And the third, fork. The table is usually set with two or more forks. That is to be used for different courses. For example, salad forks, meat forks, and dessert forks. There shouldn't be a need for restaurant to differentiate between types of forks. The fork is used sequentially from the outside to the inside. After the meal has started, the utensils should not touch the table because no one enjoys the dirty tablecloth. Importantly, even letting the utensil handle touch the table while the other end rests on the plate. When used the conjunction with a knife to cut and custom food in Western social setting, two from a fork etiquette are common. European style is also called continental style, which is by holding the fork in the left hand and the knife in the right. One bite-sized food has been cut. It is carried directly into the mouth by the left hand. Other foods such as potatoes are transferred from the left hand to the right hand, and the food is brought to the mouth for consumption. The fork is then transferred back to the left hand, and the knife is removed with the right. In contrast to the continental recessed grip handle, in American style, the fork is held like a spoon or pen after being moved to the right hand to convey food to the mouth. In the resting position, adjust the fork so that the dextrous are facing up and blade balance the knife on the right side of the plate. After the course is over, place any utensil intended for the course on the side of plate, whether or not they are used. For example, is during a salad course, you didn't use your knife. It's still on the plate and the end of course. If you don't put it on a plate, the waiter will do it for you. Be a world table manner. Table manner are the rules of etiquette used while eating, which may also include the appropriate use of utensils. Different cultures observe different rules for table manners. Table manners. Here are a few examples. Uh, Everybody, this is the good table manner of the world. The first, United Kingdom. In UK, the host or hostess take the first bite unless the instructs or otherwise. The host start, after which all the food is served and everyone is seated. Food should always taste before adding salt and pepper. Applying seasonings or before tasting food is seen as an insult to the cook, as it shows a lack of confidence in his ability to prepare the food. This is the United Kingdom table manner. In household religion, a family meal may begin with the proverbial grace or at a dinner party. The guest may start the meal by offering some positive comments about the meal and thanks to the host. In group dining situation, it is considered impolite to start eating before all of the group has served their food and is ready to start. And the second, India. In formal settings, hosts ask guests to start eating. Likewise, one should not leave the table before the host or eldest person has finished the meal. It was also considered rude to leave the table without asking the host or elders for permission. Usually, the one who finishes first will wait for the other people and everyone leaves the table. This is the table manner of Indian. You can see this. And the main rule of eating is to use the right hand when eating or receiving food. Washing your hand both before sitting at the table and after eating is important. Cleaning with a cloth or the tissue paper can be considered unhygienic. Small amount of food are taken, ensuring that the food does not reach the palms of the hands. It was considered important to finish each item on the plate out of respect for the food served. Traditionally, food should be eaten as it is served without asking for the salt of pepper. However, it is now acceptable to ask for salt or pepper, stating that you prefer them. Distorting or mixing with what is unacceptable. Eating at a moderate pace is important, as eating slowly may imply a dislike for food, and fast eating is also rude. Generally unacceptable burping, slurping, or spitting. Starting at other dinners plates is considered rude. It is not appropriate to make a sound when chewing. Cert- Certain Indian food can make noise, so it's important to cover with your mouth and chew at medium speed. And the third, China. Sitting and serving costumes play important roles in Chinese dining etiquette. For example, the diners should not sit down or begin to eat before the host has done so. When everyone is seated, the host offers to pour tea, beginning with the cup of the eldest person. This is the table manner from China. The youngest person is served last as a gesture of respect for the elders. Just as in Western cultures, communal utensils, chopstick and spoons are used to bring food from communal dishes to an individual's own bowl or plate. It is considered rude and unhygienic for up food from communal plates and bowls when such utensils are present. Other potentially rude behavior with chopsticks include playing with them, supporting them in any way, such as holding one in each hand, piercing food with them, or standing them vertically in plate of food. A rice bowl may be lifted with one hand to scoop rice into the mouth with chopstick. It is also considered rude to look for a piece one would prefer on the plate instead of picking up the piece that is closest to the dinner, a symbol of fairness and sharing to the others. The last piece of food on a communal dish is never to oneself without asking for permission. When offered the last bit of food, it is considered rude to refuse the offer. It is considered virtuous for dinner to not leave any bit of food on their plate or bowl. Condiments such as soy sauce or dog sauce may not routinely provide at high quality restaurant. The assumption is that perfectly prepared food needs to condiments, and the quality of the food can be best appreciated. And the fourth, South Korea. In a formal setting, eating begins when the oldest or most senior restaurant at the table takes part of one of the dishes on the table. Before taking part, the intention to enjoy the meal should be disclosed. Likewise, the satisfaction or enjoyment of eating must be expressed in its place of completion. Sometimes there are certain dishes that require additional cooking or serving at the table. In that case, the youngest or lowest ranking restaurant or not children must perform this task. When serving dinners are served meals including an drinks, water, tea, or alcohol in descending order, starting with the oldest of highest ranking restaurant to the youngest or lowest ranking. Normally diners will get one bowl of soup on the right with one bowl of rice on the side to the left. Alternatively, the soup may be served in one large communal pot for direct consumption or scooped into individual bowls. They currently will include one pair of chopsticks and one spoon. Generally, chopstick etiquette should be followed, but rice is still generally eaten with a spoon instead of chopstick. Often some form of protein will be served as the main course and placed in the center of the table within reach of the diners. But some small plate of food served along with a rice will also be distributed across the table. If eaten with a spoon, a bang plate on top of a spoonful of rice before it goes into the mouth. With chopstick, however, it is fed to the mouth directly. The last piece of food, a communal plate, must not be served to oneself without first asking permission. But if offered the last bit of food at a communal meal, refusing the offer is considered impolite. Bowls or rice or soup should not be removed from the table while eating, except from the large bowl of soup noodles. Sipping while eating noodles and soup is generally acceptable. It's not a command to chew with your mouth open. Thank you. When serving dinners are served meals including and drinks, water, tea, or alcohol. In descending order, starting with the oldest or highest ranking restaurant to the youngest or lowest ranking. Normally, dinners will get one bowl of soup on the right with one bowl of rice on the side to the left. Alternatively, the soup may be served in one large communal pot for direct consumption or scooped into individual bowls. The cutlery will include one pair of chopsticks and one spoon. General chopstick etiquette should be followed, but rice is still generally eaten with a spoon instead of chopstick. Often some form of protein will be served as the main course and placed in the center of the table within reach of the dinner. Bachmann small plates of food served along with the rice will also be distributed across the table. If eaten with a spoon, a banchan is placed placed on top of a spoonful of rice before it goes into the mouth. With chopstick, however, it is fed to one mouth directly. The last piece of food on a communal plate, they must not be served to oneself without first asking permission. But if other the last bit of food a communal meal, refusing the offer is considered impolite. Bowls should not be removed from the table while eating, except from the left bowl of the soup noodles. Sipping while eating noodles and soup is generally acceptable. It's not uncommon to chew with your mouth open. Thank you.